Have you ever tried to change yourself or given up your happiness to please a woman? Imagine giving up a hobby just so she can spend time on a different plan. You bend your principles and change yourself to fit her mold. Over time, you lose valuable friendships because she isn't happy when you spend time with them. But take a moment to ask yourself, does that happiness really bring you value, or is it just a self-imposed sentence conforming to the image others expect? Sacrifice isn't wrong, but when it's blind, you become a blurry picture where your identity and worth fade in the eyes of others. Shedding light on the truth that being wise isn't just about making choices, it's also about being able to read and understand what isn't said directly. Romanticism without letting it get in the way of reason. True love isn't about giving in to every request, it's about respecting and knowing each other's needs. Today, we're going to go on a trip deep into the heart of Stoic thought, where we'll use the 8 things that men should never do for women. As a wake-up call about the hidden dangers of hurting yourself for others, these lessons also teach you how to live authentically and maintain your integrity without losing your self-worth in the eyes of others. If you're ready for today's lesson, I have a challenge for you. Stay tuned and don't skip any lessons. Just one of these 8 lessons will help you set the boundaries you need so that no one can make you feel like you have to change to be loved. If you're ready, leave a comment, and I'll take the challenge. Let's start with lesson number 1. Neglecting your own growth. Imagine for a moment that you are on a road. Your road. This road is marked by aspirations not only tracing the steps you have taken, but also the journey of self-discovery and self-improvement on this road. Every corner and every turn holds opportunities for you to become stronger, wiser, and more complete. That is why in Stoic philosophy, seizing and nurturing personal development is highly regarded as one of the most important principles of a happy and meaningful life. Neglecting personal development is not just about refusing to embrace new opportunities, it's also about accepting stagnation in your soul and mind when we no longer focus on expanding knowledge, refining skills, and optimizing our potential. We don't progress. In fact, we regress on the road to freedom and happiness. This is a significant barrier hindering progress and missing the chance to confront and overcome challenges with strength. Every decision to sacrifice your personal development to please someone else is not just a moment of abandoning a part of yourself. It's also missing out on the opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Stoic philosophy tells us that staying true to your own values and always trying to get better is not only a sign of self-respect, but also the key to building healthy, long-lasting relationships. It's important to maintain a balance between caring for others and taking care of yourself. As you go through life, remember that personal growth is not only your duty, but also the best gift you can give yourself and those around you. Only when we reach our full potential do we have the strength and vision to inspire others, make positive changes, and help our community and society grow as a whole. Spiritual independence and personal freedom are important parts of being human. Sometimes in the whirlwind of relationships, we may be drawn to the need to be loved so much that we unknowingly give up our identity and our independence in exchange for a weak and brittle emotion. But what's important isn't giving up relationships or love. It's realizing how important it is to keep your independence while still loving and caring for the woman number 2. Imagine a painting where the smallest strokes and brightest colors all show a spirit of freedom that isn't limited by anything but the artist's burning desire to shine. It's an image of independence, which is an important value in Stoic philosophy, and something we should always work to uphold and grow. However, there's a trap that many men fall into when they're dating a woman. They lose their independence. Stoic philosophy says that independence is more than just not being controlled by other people. It also means being able to take charge of your own life and make decisions that have value for you. People think that independence gives them inner strength, which is necessary to live a happy, worthwhile life. When we give up our independence when we try to please other people, we not only give up our own power, but we also risk losing ourselves. Take Alex, a man who is ambitious and independent. Alex loves writing and wants to become a writer, but when he starts dating Sam, a woman who always wants Alex's attention and care, he starts to ignore his writing. Eventually, he stops writing altogether so that he can spend all of his free time with Sam. In his quest to please others, Alex not only loses his independence but also the creative drive that keeps him alive. He eventually realizes that he has lost an important part of himself and decides to start over. Rediscovering the value of independence and personal freedom is similar to Alex's experience. When you lose your independence, you not only put yourself at risk, but you also lose your source of inspiration and inner strength. This is why, in Stoic philosophy, protecting and nurturing your independence is seen as one of the most important things you can do. To become the architect of your own life, we must remember that independence isn't about shutting yourself off from society, but about being able to self-govern and be autonomous within it. We can love, support, and share life with others while still maintaining our own identity and independence. Stay true to your values, keep learning and growing, and remember that your courage and ability to do things on your own are what make you strong. Join the intellectual exchange and discussion with us. Do you know of any famous quotes by Stoic thinkers that talk about how to get and stay independent? Let's talk about this in the comments. Ignoring the cause of desire, Epicus Stoic, the famous philosopher, told us not to let our passions rule our lives, but to become their masters, leading our lives with wisdom and broad vision. This advice is especially important when it comes to relationships, where the strong anchors of reason are often threatened by the turbulent currents of passion. In this exploration, we will reveal the dangerous secrets of giving up reason for passion and show how Stoic wisdom can be a guiding light in the chaos of passion, rational thought. When our emotions are strong, we often lose control and act on impulse instead of thinking things through. But as we chase intense gratification that often ends in disappointment and regret, we start to see the error of our ways. The things we're passionate about, when seen through the rose-colored glasses of desire, become empty shadows with no real or lasting value. We chase temporary pleasures thinking they will make us happy, only to get stuck in a cycle of expectation and dissatisfaction. Think about Lucius, a young man who was captivated by the radiant beauty of Claudia, the woman he loved. Lucius ignores the counsel of reason to follow the dictates of his passion. He gives Claudia expensive gifts and gives up his goals to fulfill her wishes, all in the name of love. But over time, Lucius starts to feel the weight of his decisions. The emptiness of a life without a goal or ideal. Claudia, who used to be the object of his adoration, is now a powerful reminder of how foolish he was and a stark warning of the dangers of giving up reason for passion in a relationship. The temptation to give up reason for passion is always there, tempting us with pleasure and desire, but only the steady wisdom of Stoicism can we navigate the treacherous path. Waters that haven't been damaged by nurturing clarity of thought and unwavering purpose. We show the way to true happiness, where love is guided by knowledge and passion is tempered by reason. When I was younger, I thought that being able to control my feelings showed that I was strong and tough. But after learning about Stoic philosophy, I now know that hiding our feelings is not always a good thing. We are taught that emotional restraint is a sign of strength, but in reality it can be a cruel way to hide natural feelings, which can cause mental pain and affect our relationships. The fourth type of relationship. Keeping your feelings inside. A lot of us try to find love and acceptance by keeping our feelings inside, especially when we're with women. This is because we think that to be loved, we need to look perfect and have no flaws. But Stoicism teaches us that the strength and freedom of the soul lie in understanding, accepting, and expressing our feelings. Suppressing your emotions in a mature and honest way not only hides the truth about who you are, but it also creates invisible walls between you and the people around you. As a result, your relationships become shallow and lack real connection, and you feel heavy emotions and mental pressure that slowly change you into undesirable shapes. Stoicism doesn't tell us to give up our feelings. Instead, it teaches us how to accept and understand them from a neutral point of view and how to control them through reason and self-control, not by repressing them. By learning to control our emotions, we not only improve our ability to solve problems and face challenges, but we also gain a deeper understanding and empathy for ourselves and others. When we open our hearts and souls, we make room for deep connection, empathy, and trust. This builds a solid foundation for healthy relationships, especially with women, where being able to talk about your feelings and being willing to listen to them are keys to real bonding. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to be at peace with our emotions and see them as lessons about ourselves and life. When we do this, we become more in control of our lives and more kind and generous with those around us. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like you had to hide your feelings to please other people? What do you think about using Stoic principles to deal with your feelings? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Together we can learn and strengthen mental resilience and build healthier and more authentic relationships in the modern world. We are often pressured to sacrifice our freedom to make others happy, especially in relationships. But according to Stoic philosophy, freedom is not only a right, but also a state of mind, a source of encouragement and strength to live a meaningful and worthwhile life. Join me as we explore the importance of not sacrificing personal freedom, especially as it pertains to relationships with women, and how Stoic philosophy can be a powerful source of encouragement to maintain freedom in everyday life. Number 5, sacrificing your freedom. Sacrificing personal freedom in a relationship is often regarded as one of the gravest mistakes a person can make. This process not only involves giving up temporary hobbies or habits, but delves deeper into relinquishing one's autonomy from the right to choose to the pursuit of independent happiness. Stoic theory says that, in a perfect relationship, both people are free to do their own thing and grow together in peace. Love isn't forcing your wants on someone else. It's about honoring and helping each other keep your freedom and independence. To do this, you need to really understand each other and be ready to have open conversations. Set limits that are clear and stick to them. What if, in the battle between love and career, someone turns down a great chance to advance their career abroad just to stay close to their partner? To many, this would be seen as a noble sacrifice and an undeniable sign of deep love. But from the point of view of Stoic philosophy, this action shows another side, the giving up of personal freedom and an unhealthy dependence on the relationship. Stoic philosophy, with its strong reasoning and sharp logic, says that the key to a relationship is open and honest dialogue. In this dialogue, both people would look at the chances that come up to find ways to help each other grow as people without giving up anything. How the relationship. This not only makes the relationship stronger through respect and understanding, but it also encourages each person to keep their independence and freedom, which is good for overall development. It also gives people a chance to talk about their fears and concerns about keeping the relationship going despite living in different places. Distance. By practicing trust and giving each other power, both people can learn to become more independent while still keeping the connection healthy and strong. Stoic philosophy finally encourages us to understand and value the value of independence in relationships, stressing that upholding one's own identity and goals is a solid basis for true and lasting love. Love. Number 6. Committing something to please her. Seneca. A wise Stoic teacher has a strong message about how strong and important it is to guard the inner fortress that each of us builds. This fortress isn't just a metaphor for mental toughness, it's also a symbol of freedom, autonomy, and courage, emotions we should value and nurture in every decision and action we make. When we give up our self-willpower or even personal principles to make someone else happy, especially in relationships, we unintentionally put our own fortress under the control of that other person. For example, someone might pass up good job opportunities because they want to make their partner happy. Imagine a man named Andrew who has quit all of his close relationships to spend all of his time with the woman he loves. At first, this choice may seem like a sign of love, but over time, Andrew's unpaid sacrifice not only takes away his passion and independence, it also threatens his self-respect and belief in himself. Stoicism stresses finding a balance between your own happiness and caring about other people. The key is to never depend on other people or their deeds for your own happiness. Healthy relationships are encouraged to be built on mutual respect and understanding, not only in words but also in actions in this life. If there's one lesson Stoicism wants to convey, it's the value of autonomy. The inner fortress we construct is not just a symbol of mental strength, but also a reminder to stand firm against life's challenges by not forsaking the principles, dreams, and personal freedom. You not only honor yourself, but also respect those around you. If you find this message important and potentially helpful to others, don't hesitate to like and share this video. By spreading the message of autonomy and personal freedom, you not only support us but also help those around you. Discover their inner strength. Number 7, putting her needs above your principles. Before we continue exploring important lesson number 7, let's pause for a moment and listen to the story of Marcus, a man passionate about painting who has dedicated much of his life to enhancing his skills and love for art. Marcus lives and breathes through every stroke of his brush, and he finds great joy in painting. But when he meets Anna, a woman who isn't very interested in art and would rather do other things, his life starts to blur so that he can be happy and spend more time with her. Marcus gives up valuable studio time and lessens his involvement in the art community, missing out on much anticipated exhibitions. He does these things out of love and a desire to connect, but they leave Marcus feeling empty over time. He has put Anna's wants and needs ahead of his passion and principles, which makes Marcus unhappy and lost. Anna also feels uncomfortable and farther away as she sees Marcus's changes and realizes that the passionate and sure of himself man she loves seems to have disappeared. Stoic philosophy tells us that it's important to stay true to yourself and your values, especially when it comes to relationships. Marcus has wasted the most valuable thing a person can have in his quest to please others: his freedom, his love, and his commitment to his beliefs. Stoicism not only tells us to keep our emotions, actions, and thoughts under control, but it also says that we should never give up on these ideals. Marcus not only lost control, but he also lost respect for himself and the person he loved in a relationship. To be truly and permanently happy, both people need to be supported to grow in their own direction, while still having a bond and love in the relationship. In a healthy relationship, both people work to become independent and respect each other's interdependence. To do this, both people must understand, respect, and be willing to listen to each other's words as well as their deepest desires and dreams. Only then does the relationship become a meaningful journey where both partners find satisfaction and happiness not only with each other, but also within themselves, as Marcus learned from his bitter experience. To keep your self-respect and be happy, you must stick to your values and never give up your love for others. We hope that this story shows us that taking care of ourselves and loving each other is the best way to build a healthy and happy relationship. Number 8. Let her decide what makes you happy. People often look for happiness like a lighthouse in the dark, but a common mistake and one of the most subtle traps is giving others the power to define our happiness, especially in a relationship. Why shouldn't we let others do this? First and foremost, Stoicism teaches us to keep our emotions in check and not let outside changes affect our worth or happiness. When you let others define your happiness, you lose autonomy and become dependent on them, which is a very unstable and unsustainable state. Second, Stoicism encourages us to strive for spiritual independence and to find peace and satisfaction within ourselves. If you let someone else define your happiness, you start living by their rules and expectations instead of pursuing what really gives your life meaning and value. It's important to remember that each person's values and principles are a solid base for freedom and happiness. If you base your happiness on someone else's acceptance, satisfaction, or even approval, you give up who you are and what makes you special. So how do you stay happy in a world full of change and pressure? Start by becoming more self-aware. Take some time to think about what's important to you, what gets you excited and motivated, how you can grow as a person by learning new things, pushing yourself, and seeing new things. And finally, make friends based on mutual respect and independence. In a healthy relationship, both partners agree to share and support each other, but not to rely on or define happiness for each other. It's a place where each person is encouraged to grow as a person and keep their own identity. a strong base for long-term happiness and growth. Happiness is not a place you get to. It's a path of self-awareness, independence, and mutual respect that starts when you stop letting other people control your life. Define our happiness and start seeing life through our own eyes. This will help us find the endless possibilities in ourselves and in life, as seen through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Our discussion of the 8 things men should never do for women served as both a relationship guide and a lesson in self-control and strength. These lessons teach us that our happiness and freedom should not rest on other people, and they also remind us to be honest and trustworthy in all of our relationships. We really value your opinion on these lessons. Maybe you were moved by one of the enduring principles we talked about, or maybe you learned something important from this video. Whatever it was, we can't wait to hear from you. Please share your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. Before we end, we'd like to encourage you to like and share this video with friends who you think would benefit from these lessons, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. Each thing you do helps make our group stronger, so that Stoic philosophy can help us deal with life's problems. Stay calm and in control as you watch the videos at the end of this article to not miss the journey of following Stoic philosophy. Stay strong and in control every day, and always remember that the key to happiness is inside you. Goodbye and see you in the next movie.